Hey, this is David Fix with American Pinball, and you're watching Pincasters. Right now is the studios that we filmed all the actors for Galactic Tank Force. The idea is that many times we get a license, we can throw those licenses into movies or into that, but in this place we made our own story. So there is, I think it was about 9,000 video clips, which we have now condensed down to 5,000 video clips. So it's 16 gigs of data right now in the game, showing you all these video clips of all the different actors and everything, and it's not flushed out yet, so we're still going through a lot of stuff. It's crazy what we did, but we did it all here. We had the props. You can see we had made up our own props also for all of the actors were holding, not actual ice cream, but fun stuff, right? So we had this fun that we built this whole set, and we were able to do it. Well, we also are going to do it for other games too. We're going to continue to have that fun to create stuff. What you also will see here is the American Pinball's printing farm. We have 14 right now 3D printers. They work 24/7 pretty much. Somebody comes in the morning, works on them, create the robot that we all know, and then they print all kinds of stuff. So this is what the robot looks like after he's been printed, right? But then we have to clean him off. Take that off, and he cleans up. So I always love doing that to them. I'll throw that up there and they'll be like, how did that get up there without it all cleaned off? So
West weekend duty, you guys get on the weekends?
Yeah. A lot of times what they'll do is we'll have somebody who will walk in on a Saturday, they'll turn the printers on, they'll clear them all off and just let them run. Because they take about 8 hours. So, absolutely cool. And we have 3 new printers coming. The big ones here, we can print our ramps on for prototyping to test what we're doing. Okay. And behind you, you will see that we have our prototype cabinet. The very first cabinet we had built together with the gun barrel and the everything. So this was all built together out of MDF, which is a very hard wood. Not what we use for making our cabinets because it's not reliable. I don't like MDF on any arcade cabinet. So from here, we're going to go into the lunchroom. These, they will be put on a single pallet. Tanks and treads and turrets will go on top of the container to be shipped. So that makes it a lot easier. This is the first part of our storage room. As we walk through, you'll see more tank treads have come in. And we have our glasses. And tons and tons of big stuff. So here, come on around. Everybody come around. I want you to all see this. Keep coming around. So, what I'm going to show you real quick is you'll see all these kind of like coffins. These are all our play fields. Okay? They come in. They have a barcode on them. We know when they came in. They're stacked this way. Okay, this is a lot of trial and error here. You'll also notice that each playfield is individually locked in, and then they outgas on their own, so they do not warp, they do not twist, they do not bend. We found if you lay a playfield flat like this, you get curving, cupping, and so forth. But if you have it locked in here as we dry them, it off-gases, works pretty well. Our playfields are one of the best in the industry. I like to tout that. We use 4 coats of clear. So when you put your hand on this, and I'll let you come up and touch it, I want you to see if you can find any of the inserts. Just run your hands across the inserts.
Notice that with our Houdini, it's
like a sheet of glass.
I don't even know.
Nada. Oh, here. No.
So Jeff Botter has been making playfields for many years. We have an exclusive contract with him and Spooky just to make our playfields. He will not allow anybody else to join. He has a patent pending technique for making the inserts. So the inserts are bound and integrated into the wood, then it's sanded, then it gets printed, and then it goes in for 4 coats of clear. The playfields are we've never had a problem with them, and we stand behind them. In fact, Jeff Bader said, if there's a problem with the playfield, let me know, I'll pay for it, and we'll change it out. So it's very cool. One of the other things is, because he has a way of making the inserts, the Hot Wheels, which is the symbol, got its own insert. So not very many places, the tooling on that would be ridiculous to get that tooling to do just that insert, right? And then what you do is it just once? No, in this case, we can do it very easily. So, the games come in, they'll sit here for a few weeks. In fact, these playfields just came in. This will not be going into production until probably, I think we said February or March. So they sit here and they harden and outgas so that we don't have a problem. Typically, manufacturers will tell you 30 days, right? We found it takes more like 90 days to get a really nice thing. Now, this comes through Nick Hill, who just walked in, and it's like a deer in the headlights. Oh no!
Hello. You're buying us lunch.
Yeah, okay. Nick Hill is my QC guy. So he will go through all these playfields. He'll deem them, he'll check them, he'll make sure if there's any issues, problems, he will contact Botter, and then we will flag it and send it back. Now, if he misses something, I'm not worried about it, because this playfield is going to get checked 2 more times before it actually gets put into a game. Okay? It gets checked by the playfield guys, and then it gets checked 1 more time before it comes out. So we do an awful lot of testing and checking to make sure we have the best product in that money can buy. So we're going to go this way. As you can see, we have tons of parts coming in all the time from wire ramps, which one of the things I will tell you right now that I like is that is the gauge and the clear of the wire ramps. It's a very thick gauge, so the ball doesn't rattle. It has a nice flow. If it's thin, it bounces a lot more. But this is one of the key things to make sure we have a nice wire ramp. Come along. So we have more of a stock room, right? We have all our small, high-dollar items that are all sitting back there. We also have an inventory control management system in place for all the nuts, bolts, and screws. So at any point in time, 2 times a week, the inventory management team comes in, counts the screws, makes sure that we have them, and knows how many we're going to be using for the entire month, right? If we need to order more, they will sort that out. They also have all these nuts and bolts, 10,000 of them in stock in their warehouse 3 blocks from here. So they just come in, check what we need, and we go, okay, we need these. I mean, how many of us while we are looking for our spacers, we drop these are like gold to us, right? We call them up, we're paying like 2 cents, 3 cents for these, because we have an inventory management control on that. So it's very cool. So we have all our parts. Now we're going to go down here and we're going to see what they do in sub-assembly. So this is the sub-assembly department. You guys come on down so you can see. In here we do a lot of our small assemblies, right? We do all the small key pieces that we might need. Soldering if need be. Stay there and I'll bring this out. Kind of like Henry Ford with the Ford, we make sure that we put all our sub-assemblies together. So here is, of course, our little robot that's in our game, right? So he was 3D printed. You saw him up in the front. The motors have come in, the gearbox, everything's put in. The optos are put in on the top and the bottom. Also all the lighting for the robot. So this whole assembly is made here, then goes to the production line to be assembled in one spot, making it good. Meanwhile, we have test fixtures already that we put them on in here to make sure that the sub-assembly part is working to its fullest, up, down, lit, everything that we need. So cuts out on time of taking the part out, putting the new part in, taking the part out, putting it in. We make sure we have it all set. One of the nice things here at American is that our coil system that we use on all our games comes with a Molex connector. Okay? So what that does for us is it makes it very easy to take the out of service and put it back into service. We also perfected our boards so that if something goes wrong, the coil, the fuse will pop. You unplug this, you can put a new fuse in. If it's something like a pop bumper or a slingshot, you can keep the board up and running for a little bit of time and just have it unplugged. You don't have to worry about blowing the fuse, and you don't have to worry about cooking the coil. If you need to get our service department to send you a new board, we can send it to you, but you can keep the game running. Just the pop bumper doesn't work or the slingshot doesn't work. Now, if it's a key point like a flipper, that's a little different, right? But we use common points. IRL 540s are what we use on our games. So everybody's got them. They've been used since Williams to Stern and whatnot. So it's very cool. All right. Trying to remember where I take everything. They don't want them yelling at me. All right, we're going to go out this way. So, what you're going to see is these are games waiting to be boxed up. These are games that are waiting for parts. Okay, and then we have the entire factory rolling around. So one of the cool things you will see, of course, is this is since 2017 was the first year for Houdini. Look at all the Houdinis that are still being produced. So we have an order for over 200 Houdinis right now. So we're going with that in production. We also have all the Galactic Tank Forces also. We run 2 production lines here, so you'll get to see those in a minute or two.
Is the wood supply better? Because last year we remember a lot of playfields laying because no wood or something, or was
Cabinets. The cabinets were the problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Come on, we'll take a walk. So, Oscar is very perceptive. He knows what I'm going to talk about before I get to it. So, right here, this is the new cabinet that we've been waiting for. We've been using this ever since GTF. Oscar remembers we were still getting our cabinets in that form, where we're like the IKEA, we had to build them ourselves. But in this case, we now have them coming in directly from the manufacturer. They did this little piece, which is a throwaway. We give it back to them. What they do is they take this and they figured out that they can flip the cabinet and give me 2 tall. And then they put 2 heads on the inside. And then they ship them to me in giant pallets, like those giant towers over there. It was funny, was last week, I'm walking through, or actually earlier this week, walking through and this symbol was wrong. Okay, that's for our new shooter rod. It was a triangle. Then I found a soundboard port down there. Oh, they sent me Jersey Jack cabinets. So I have a case of Jersey Jack cabinets over here. So there you go.
Just sell us back to them.
No, I just called them up and told them I need my cabinet. Okay. So as we wandered through our tour, come on over. What you will see here is Edgar. He is putting our decals on. Edgar does about 6 cabinets, heads and tops a day. And he just puts it down with ease. Trust me, you guys, I know if you're doing any home run and trying to do your own decal cabinets, you wish you had one of these guys. Because he makes it look so effortless. He just slips it on. And when he messes up, which is what I laugh about, somehow my garbage can is very well decorative. So he's very good at what he does. So we're going to continue on. One other thing we have is you'll notice that our blue carts right here, each cart has special slides, so our cabinets will slide right into the cabinets and then they roll around very simply in the production. Take a walk this way. We're going to loop through a different spot today. Like what Oscar was asking me before, Last year this was all filled with play fields like this was. As you can see, we have gone and caught up to all our production staff now that we have our cabinets in. What you're going to see through the production line here is we're going to wander down and come into the back end of production. This is the lunchroom for the entire facility in the back half. We do have 2 machines here for them to enjoy and play. And we also put new code on that, have little tournaments between the front office and the back office to see how people are playing. Meanwhile, over here, you will see that we have games that are probably shipping out to different countries. We have a Galactic Tank Force overseas, those are going away. We have some US, that's for here. We keep our European stuff over here as we stack it in the right way. So, Angel, come on over. Not yet. So, like we did earlier, we had Nick Hill go through all the play fields. Now Angel will be going through the play fields again. This one has already been deemed a reject, and Angel has 2 stickers. Go ahead and put them on. The funny thing is when we look at this, we're like, where's the reject? And if you look very carefully, you'll see there's a black dot in the middle of that insert.
Where?
See that black dot?
Oh yeah.
So we will reject this.
Oh my god.
This will be sent back to the factory. They will strip it down. They will pop that out, rescan it, repaint it, re-clear coat it. Send it back to us. Sorry. Sorry about that. I was like, whose phone's ringing?
Un tablero
It's
rechazado
mine.
solo por el
Where was this
por
one?
este pequeño punto que hay aquí.
Was this someone else?
Lo mandan de vuelta, lo pelan y lo vuelven a... Igual.
So, the idea of this is that we have a very strong production. Now, if this dot was a clear dot or a white dot, I might use that for a classic or a deluxe. It would never be used for a signature or a limited edition, because that's the quality level that we keep. But because it's a black dot, I'm sending it back. But look at it. It's a gorgeous piece of play, you know, already, and to reject it just because of one little dot. Some people think I'm nuts. But I will tell you that in different countries, such as Germany, they will look at this and tell me it's a second and want lots of money off for it. Just because of that. And I'm like, no thank you. Thank you. So, what Angel does is he'll take these play fields and he'll be going through these, and then he goes through, we know where we're going, come on around this way, and him and Daniel will be going through and they'll be inspecting it, double checking it, and one of the other things we have all the clear films, so we can lay this down on the play field and take a look. And in fact, this one looks like to be for playfield dimensions, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't tell me, but it's a Hot Wheels. So we will put that down, double check it to make sure it's 100% correct, and make sure everything lines up. So like I said, there's 3 points of review that we do on all our games. All right, I'm going to flip these both together. So as they go through, they will go and check. They'll T-nut the back side. They'll put the front side on. They'll put all the posts, and then add all the rubber. Okay? As you know, as of last year, we switched over to Titan rubber, which is a 100% blend rubber. And I give a 1-year guarantee on the rubber. So if something goes wrong with the rubber in 1 year, you let me know, we send you a new kit of rubber. But we have rubber out on games in Interium that you probably played, have been there for the last 2 years. So we just want to make sure we have a good product. After Angel and Daniel have gone through, they will stick them in the pizza racks, we call it. These play fields are all ready to go on the line. And as we come around here, you're going to see them put on the line. So this will be an empty cart. Come on down, everyone. And our carts are about $1,000 a piece. Okay, these are multi-positional positions that we want to do, and we can lock it in at any point in time to put in boards or to work on it. So it's nice and easy for anybody to get to it. Okay, and then it goes straight down. In fact, if you see some of our videos, you might see the playfield spinning as they go down through the line, because we always love that action. One of the coolest features that most people, we've shared this a few times, this is a standard playfield. But you notice we have an adjustment on these, because these racks were designed to do a wide body. So if American Pinball ever wants to do a wide body, we could definitely do that. We just take the racks out, change the pins, and now we are all set to do wide body games. So, as they go through, this is important. They will add plastics, they'll add different parts, all the way down to circuit boards. All those modules you saw sub-assembly building, they will be putting it on. Then they will dress the wires. And Oscar, where'd you go? Come on up. Remy, do you remember Oscar? From last year?
I was looking
Yes.
for you. Hi,
Oh.
how are you?
Good.
So Oscar was here last year, and he got to interview Remy on the stream for TU
Yeah.
Pinball and Spain Pinball.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that he was able to get that done. So. You might even see her at the show. So she's supposed to be coming soon too. And her daughter, who I heard is getting good grades, thank goodness. All right, we're going to continue. Basically, I've walked through one in production line. If you look across the way, you will see Houdini being produced on the second production line, which is right there. Now, as you can see, we have stuff on the other side of that production line, and we have stuff on the third one. This was scheduled and designed so that if we wanted to, we could drop a third playfield line in. We could even drop in a fourth playfield line, and then be able to have everything brought together. After all the playfields have been gone through, they'll come down here to Emma, who will then go through. Hello. She will go through and test all the switches, all the lighting, all the stuff. She has it connected right now. She's going through switch. If there's a switch that needs to be adjusted, she will adjust it manually. She will go through it all. And Emma has been doing this for a good period of time, so she's been, and it's good with power tools. But anyway, so Emma has been working with us, and then on the other side we'd have another person doing that. We have it set up so we could do 4 stations, right? Well, the idea is if they have the line coming down there, it might come straight over here into this, so a player, one person could test both. So after it's been completely tested by Emma, we're not done. Okay, so we already had the playfields checked 3 times. Emma is now going through everything to make sure it's 100% there. Then it's going to get married to the cabinet. And when it gets to the cabinet, that's when we start doing another test, which is our final test. Our final test is to make sure everything in the cabinet's right. There's no issues with the cabinet. And then it goes in for a burn-in for 8 hours. So we burn them in for 8 hours. We make sure it clacks and make sure it fires off all the coils to make sure we have no problems. Now, I will tell you that earlier this year, this little unit here, the ball shooter, which pulsed so many times, all of a sudden we came in the morning and we found them laying on the floor. They didn't make it through the night. So we took them all out, we sent them back to the manufacturer, they sent us new ones, we burned it in again for 8 hours. It survived, no problem. The new ones that I got from the manufacturer I immediately put up in our test rig up in the main lab, and we ran it to see how many thousands of cycles. It was 40,000 cycles is what we got it up to before it had another problem, so we knew we were under control. So, after we're done here, it's over there in the final test. Thank you, Emma. So you will see on the front of the cards that they're ready for burn-in. Now, because it's Friday, we will not be burning any games tonight. Okay? We will just go through our normal process. These will get burned in on Monday, because I don't want anything burning in over the weekend. I could if I had a second shift or somebody coming in on Saturday. If we're catching up, we may start burning again on Fridays, but right now we don't want to do it. Thomas is our final inspector. He will go through and make sure that everything is 100% the way it's supposed to be, testing it, playing it. He gets bored with playing it. Don't play him for money. That's just a key point. Understand, he knows all the tricks and the shots, which is really good.
So he's the ace in the hole for the production team.
So, yes. There's a couple of them. But every once in a while, the old man comes out here and puts a little money down, and I walk away with a few bucks, and then I have to buy him ice cream. So, you know, it's just okay. So this is all the Galactics. They're getting ready. We're going to go over here. I'm going to show you the difference, which we haven't talked about, between the LE and the signature. So I'm going to show you some tricks that we've done and little updates. Thank you, Thomas. Okay. Come on around, everybody. So what you see here right now is a limited. This is the limited with the black rubbers, and then you will see the signature edition. And the signature edition, we went with glow-in-the-dark rubbers because we use an awful lot of blue lighting and UV lighting. The glow-in-the-dark glow and pop give you that little extra feeling to the game. Not only that, if you notice, all the toys are painted. So these are all hand painted with also, again, ultraviolet popping. So it looks silver, but as the game goes into mode, they now turn orange and purple, and they just pop. So it's that signature feel that you're getting something a little bit better, right? Here's a picture of the apron already on. It's missing a couple signatures, but those will be applied. It also has a place for a very special hologram sticker that was designed just for the game. That will be applied. It will be numbered 1 out of 200. That's the only amount we're making. The other thing it will have the lenticular back glass, which will finish our tour by showing you that back glass, which is considered by many as the crowning piece to the Galactic Tank Force Signature Edition. So it's pretty cool to see this game lit up, especially in the dark lights. Galactic Tank Force has already been nominated for the Best Light Show and the Best Lit Pinball for 2023, and is in the running right now for Game of the Year. So we're very excited about GTF. We're going to run on back down to the front, and is there any questions? No? Okay. Hopefully I explained a lot to you, and the secret sauce. But everybody goes, you know, Dave, you show us how to do all this. Anybody can do it. Go ahead and try.
You just did all that one. Not from Mark, you just restored.
Yes.
You did all glow in the dark.
With everybody, the question was, do I ever have supply chain issues? Of course we do. I have supply chain issues all the time. It's not, you know, there's always something that rears its ugly head when you have 8,000 parts in a machine, right? One of the key things, and I'll show you this because I don't think I showed this to the TU guys or Oscar the last time, so this will be a new treat for you guys. So one of the things we're going to show you is, what is the biggest supply chain issue most of my competitors face? Circuit boards. Now, why could we do something a little bit better? Come on over.
Area 51.
Yes. So everybody goes, What could you, come on down, come on down. Got a lot of people. Try to stay on this side of the line though. Go ahead, you can go over this way. Perfect. So you guys didn't get to see this last year, but we'll show this a little bit. So this is, our facility is, we're owned by Aimtron Corporation, which is a circuit board house. Aimtron makes all its own circuit boards for all around the world. We have 2 offices here. This is 4 lines, and each of these lines can do 40,000 microcontroller parts on a circuit board. Basically just pick and place, lightning speed. So we make our light LED boards, our circuit boards, anything. Now, we had a problem where we were getting our one board from out of a house, and the manufacturer told us we can't get chips anymore. So, Aimtron picked up the phone, and in 24 hours we had 10,000 chips at our disposal. We are the largest factory of circuit boards. Not in the world, but we're working on it. We have 3 offices in India, and we have 2 offices here in the United States. So our offices never go to sleep. When India is getting up for the day, we're ending our day. When they are ending their day, we're getting up and running. So the board systems just continue to run. Little side note, Aimtron used to make all the boards for WMS, Williams Pinball. We also made boards for Stern Pinball up to the Spike 1 system. When Spike 1 fell apart and they had some issues with us, we ended up building our own pinball system. So it's kind of funny how that works. But this is Aimtron, and it's a huge partner, our parent company. So this helps with supply chain issues a lot. And to see these machines just making boards, it's quite quick. So I don't have to worry about circuit boards. Other things I worry about, metal parts and other stuff, but that's my long lead time on circuit boards is not it. We're going to go this way. Good, good. Thank you. Lenticular backlash. Wow. And it's 108 layers. Yes, go ahead. Isn't that wild?
That's really nice.
It's kind of weird with your eyes when you're looking at it, and then to see it, it looks like so far away.
Incredible.
So just imagine this backlit in your game. It truly makes it a signature edition, right? So that is the signature lenticular backglass. Now this is one prototype. This here will be removed because we deemed that the font was too small and it doesn't look right when you do the lenticular on it. So we took that off. So that will be just artwork, but the rest of the glass will be right there for everybody to see. Okay, 108 layers, pretty cool. So
108 capas.
yeah, it took a lot of time with the artist to do that. So we'll go this way, and I think we're done with the tour. Any other questions, guys? An entire run of games, let's say 500. Let's say we do a run of 500. 500 LED boards for one game will take about an hour.
Really?
1 hour, and it's done.
Start to finish.
Start to finish. It's actually the setup time that takes the longest.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
To feed all the feeders and all that other stuff. But once we hit go, we have 500 boards in an hour. That's pretty quick. We do a lot of boards for a lot of other people. So for us to continue to move those things around, it's one of those things. So. Is that me squeaking, or I thought somebody was standing behind me? Sorry. It's like psst, psst, psst. I'm like, what? Okay. So is there any other questions?
So there is no signature edition to be seen yet, completed.
Correct. Not at this time, Oscar. Sorry.
Too early.
You're too early. Well, you saw pretty close on the line. The only thing it was waiting for is the back glass. I can show you the. I will do this for you. I know you asked.
Que casi, o sea que todavía no han sacado eso.
Que es lo que hemos visto en verde y luego ahora
That's the hologram sticker that goes on all those aprons. So
Thank you.
there's only 200 of these stickers made. That's it. 200. Just like the backlash, there's only 200. So when I'm done with my signature, it's done. There's no more signatures. There's no special double signature edition. There's no, glow-in-the-dark red, green edition. It's done. From there on out, we go to the next game. But it's pretty cool. And by the way, they're locked in my office. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good time here at American. I hope you had a fun time seeing it's not just a small little mom and pop pinball manufacturer. We're a pretty big manufacturer. We ship games to TU. We just shipped 30 games to Freddie in Germany, and then we just turned around and shipped another 30 to Pinball Universe in Germany. We have a distributor in France. We have a distributor in Italy. We have our Belgium distributors with us today. We know that some of you guys at TU get sometimes some stuff through RS Pinball, but we also can ship to you guys directly also. And then of course we have people like CoinTaker and Joe Newhart at Pinball Star in Pennsylvania that can deliver your needs. So I hope you had a good time at American, and I hope you've been enjoying Pinball Expo. For those for the first time, I hope you think it's a great show. I hope you guys have been enjoying that. It's the 39th. Next year, it's going to be off the charts. It's going to be 40 years. And to have a pinball show going on 40 years is crazy, and the whole community is on a big upswing. And it's funny, some people ask me, do you see a decline in pinballs? My competitors have seen a decline. I don't know why. Maybe their quality, I don't know. I would just say this, every game that we build is pretty much just going out, already set up, and going out the door, the block door. I have people clamoring and waiting for American Pinball, so it's just continuing to move forward. And if that's my quality, I don't know.